stories. And I hope you are enjoying our series. As mentioned, we have with us Guruak, which is a group of startup owners. This is for the first time in Kolkata. We have started with this initiative and we aspire to spread it all across India. The objective is to create an environment. The objective is to create an ecosystem where people would love to take a risk, would come up with creative ideas, and would do something for the betterment of the society as a whole. With these startup stories, my Kulguru and Shuru Up together wants to bring to you lots and lots of knowledge, expertise, and insights into how to start a startup, how to initiate this process, and how to actually make something meaningful in the society. So today we have with us Rohan Tripathi. He is a very young chap, enthusiastic chap who has started his own initiative in the health segment. And to talk to him, to have a nice conversation, we have Debaditya with us, who's again a young person working with another health startup. And he has been a very big motivator and inspiration for a lot of us as starters, because he was the one who initiated all the activities in the Shuru Up group. So today three of us are going to actually try and understand what's Rohan's story. What is he doing actually? Because he keeps on telling us that the thing that he is making, the thing that he's going to give to us, the thing that he's going to launch in the market is really going to revolutionize our life in the area of health. So today, Debaditya and I will try to explore a little bit about the stories and works of Rohan. Right, Debaditya? We are on to it today. So let us...
Yes, most definitely. Yeah.
Yes. Okay, let us first start with Rohan. If you could tell us something about yourself and what exactly you are doing.
Hello. First of all, thank you so much for having me here. Debaditya Da, Mohadi, the entire Shuru Up community, my Guru team, thank you so much. Like in these days where our email boxes and phones are filled with people, asking to do paid promotion for us, which would usually take up all my entire year-long budget for that. Someone who actually wants our voices to be heard, actually wants our story to be told, rather than doing it for their own means. This is unbelievable to hear, very honestly speaking. So a big thank you to start with. And then our problem statement. I'm from iNovoCare Health Hub Solutions. That's our start. So the basic problem statement that we are working on is there is no one in this world, very few people in this world at the moment who are not dependent on medicines. Now, as one of my guides, Dr. Shamoshamar Chamazar, he often tells this, medicine can't help you until you have it properly. Very simple, one-liner. Medicine cannot help you until you have it properly. Now, having it properly means having it on the proper dosage, on the proper timing, correlating its consumption with the proper food consumption, having it, it's not like waiting for your medicine to run out, then waiting for an entire day before you can go out and buy it again. So that is the way that we define having the medicine properly, or medicinal adherence, or the going as per the prescription. Because you see, after the doctor gives you the prescription, it's your job, or in case you are incapable of that, job of your loved ones to ensure that you follow. So the thing is, whenever we say medicine or dependence on medicine, usually people think of elderly. Now, of course, with age, with elderly, the dependence on medicine is very high. But to be honest, standing in 2021, only the elderly are not the ones who are, who can't do without medicine. We all are dependent on medicine. But if you look around, there is still till today no proper, standalone, single yet simple way for the medicinal adherence. We all have apps in our phones that help us. But then these apps can only, serve a part of the purpose. Alarm tone or telling you to have the medicine does not have any way of having a check whether you had it or not. Or, and another thing is, if we are thinking of the elderly, they till today have a certain aversion towards apps. But they have aversion towards app. But if you talk about the hardware thing, like there's a box where you have your medicines. There would be a tone when you need to have the medicine. There would be a light indication when you need to have the medicine, and you just need to put the lid up, take the medicine, put the lid up. That's all you need. So, and a lot of, especially in Kolkata, if you look around, there are a lot of us who have, not me, I'm at home, but there are a lot of people who have their sons and daughters, their children staying away. But the people who are working from their hometown too, they typically all through the day, this is in the lockdown scenario, they don't, but typically all through the day, they have to roam about, go to the workplaces, come back. It's not typically possible for a person to stay back and wait for a person and take care of the entire medication. So what typically happens? There are envelopes on which timings are written. There are, household helps who are instructed like, isko de dena, dada ke oshudha diye. But then, without a proper training, without and of course the ever-present human error that is always there. So, and these things have no proper way of keeping a check that the medicine has been had. We have heard a lot of doctors who tell us, like, they prescribe a medicine, after 1 month the patient comes back and complains it again. Dada, this problem consists. Then what medicine have you given us? But then when they backtrack, when the medicine has not been consumed properly. Recently I was reading a study where forgetfulness was one of the major causes of non-adherence. To solve all these problems, we are introducing MedQual. We call it your personal medicinal health. Medicinal health and medicine. Basically, that's it.
Absolutely. Now, that's really interesting because I, as a BP patient, I'm a perennial forgetter of my medicine. I keep forgetting all the time because now what I have done is I have actually set 2 alarms in my mobile phone. So,
Then the most your phone can do is the alarm is there and you can put it on snooze. But there is no proper way of maintaining a check. Like, your phone does not know what is your current pill count, like if your stock is going down or whether you actually had it or not. So, and
Absolutely.
please continue. I cut it.
Yeah, that's okay. Because to be very honest, my phone does not know which medicine. It can only remind me medicine, but the phone doesn't know which medicine. Right. So, in fact, to be very honest, I'm really intrigued that if something like this comes up, I think every one of us will need such a device at home. I personally feel so. Devaditya, what do you think? Because you are also working with you are associated with a company which is into diagnostic equipment. Again, a device which is very much needed at hospitals or homes and etc. So, what's your take on this? What Rohan just said.
Yeah, definitely. Like I have been watching Rohan for almost a year now, like more than a year, like close to 1.5 years now. He has developed this device called MedQual, which is very much essential when it comes to at least the old patient, because as we are discussing about the apps or the mobile apps, I think most of the old age patients are not so technology savvy or are not so like well equipped or with applications or the mobile phones per se. So I think a device which can actually help them in such a scenario would really be beneficial, and I've seen Rohan dedicating a lot behind this device and how this device actually works. So I think this would definitely bring a revolution in the market. Definitely, if we consider the old age people firstly, and also the other people, because only an app cannot help you to identify whether you have taken medicine or not. And in this regard, I'd also like to ask Rohan, like how this all started. From where did you get an inspiration of having such devices? Because in healthcare system or health technologies, a lot of devices are being made. Be it a diagnostic device or a screening device or any such devices. Like so, any motivation or any incident that you would like to recollect, which inspired you or which motivated you to this whole thing, whole product of Medco?
Yeah, it was back in the day. This started actually from our college. So back in the day, we were actually actively looking around for we wanted to make something. We wanted to make something in the healthcare space, and we were actively looking for a problem that needed to be solved. To be very honest. So one day brainstorming and thinking and looking around and researching, and we were also actively involved with Department of Clinical and Experimental Pharmacology, School of Tropical Medicine, Kolkata. So there, with many discussions, frequent talks with the doctors, looking around, we found there were so many recurrence of cases where people, only due to the taking the medicines improperly, are facing consequences as much as death, even death. Like our first observations was, there was a lady who had mistaken her medicine for diabetes. So as it went on for her, she had a hypoglycemic coma, and then at the end, and she could not be saved. It was just that in the envelope that I was talking about, where typically even today medicines are kept. So in the envelope, the medicine that was kept, it was written in a wrong dosage. So what happened? She was taking double the medicine that she should have taken. So this resulted in losing her life. And then when we found that problem out, then what happens? It happens sometimes. Suppose we are sitting looking at something. Suppose we find one dot. Then when our eye identifies that dot, then we actually look around and see how the dot is filled all around us. Once we identified the problem statement and we looked around, the redundancy of this problem statement. My own mother, after every breakfast and after every meal, she's like, did I have my medicine? Did I have it or not? If she has double, it's an issue. If she misses, it's worse. Or maybe if she has double, it's worse. Either way, it's very bad. So, and this problem is so common, that this is one thing. And another thing is, I would like to say that till date, we have questioned, viewed, taken feedback from hundreds, like official, unofficial. By today it would be cross 500 by today. So except a very small percentage of people who were little concerned about the technical aspect of it, almost everyone agreed that we needed the device. Some had some issue with one feature, others said this was more needed, others said this needed to be in a economic packaging, like the total infrastructure requirement and the price requirement were to be suited for the Indian lower middle classes and the middle classes. And that were the features to involve which we are taking so much time. Like there was an ad, I don't know if you guys have, it was called Petri Wide. It said the family that took time to get you good vibe. So that's what we believe in. We are taking good time. We are taking good time to getting you a good medicinal adherence device that can be accessed by everyone.
And I think the video that people are watching right now. So only yesterday we had National Doctors Day, which we celebrate on Dr. B.C. Roy's birth anniversary. তো উনি যদি বেঁচে থাকতেন এই ডিভাইসটা উনি যদি দেখতেন উনি খুবই প্রশংসা করতেন ইউ উড হ্যাভ বিন প্রাউড অফ রোহান অ্যান্ড হিজ টিম ইনোভোকের হেলথ সেফ সলিউশনস
Absolutely, I
So,
absolutely agree.
So, Rohan, one more thing I would like to ask here, like, what the challenges when you actually started this? Like, you told me that it all started during your college days. So, how did it all started, and what were the initial challenges, to accumulate funds, to make a team, to do the research and to do the R&D, and what were the different aspects that followed, and what were the challenges or limitations that you faced during this journey?
Challenges were plenty, but then again, in whose journey there are not, right? So there were, like, as I said, we started from college. So this was part of it was a part of a national competition like called IICDC, the India Innovation Challenge Design Contest, which we eventually won. So that spanned around all through like the last part of my college life, like the final year almost that went. So what happened after college? There was, and we won the competition. So from that we secured some funds. So after college, suddenly realized that I was like flying high. We won a national competition. I was like, I am the greatest. But then after college, I suddenly realized that when that high of winning that competition went down a little, that I was left without a team, without a proper prototype, without an office, like without anything. Huh. Thankfully, there were some funds that we had secured, and I must say I am very grateful for that, because if even that was not there, it would have been much more difficult to continue. So the typical challenges that happens like when a student startup evolves into a real world, real life startup. So what happens typically in college? Everyone startup is a very big dream in college, but then people have different life goals, different paths. So people take up different things, and it's very normal. No one is to blame. So then getting a proper team together. The issue with that was, see, everyone needs talented people, because if you don't have talent, you can't get your job done. But then again, if I have talented people, I can't pay them as much as a multinational corporation does. That's not possible. I can at best give them hope. Like if we work hard together, if this works out, then together we will head towards a big pain. Definitely, I promise you. But not everyone is in a condition to see that dream. People have financial challenges in their house. People have different aspirations, going out, studying outside, a lot of things. So I guess a big challenge was getting a good team together, which very thankful to God currently I have. I'm so grateful and happy about that. I have a team that the entire team believes in our purpose. I think that's one of my biggest achievements till date, or my biggest achievement till date. Like, bakigulo other things can happen. This is important. So that is one thing. Another thing that where we had a lot of challenges were, I think there was requirement of proper technical handholding. So I believe if we had that, we would have been in a much better place right now. That's basically the team thing and the technical handholding.
So, as I say, the journey of any startup would actually start from a project to a prototype to a product to a process, and then it becomes a profession. It's all about the 5 pro. So the pro thing is common. So it all starts from there and ends there. So খুবই ভালো লাগলো শুনে মহুয়াদি, like if you could ask.
ইয়েস
go on
মানে
something
ইনফ্যাক্ট
else,
আমি
something more.
আমার একটাই মাথায় যে হচ্ছে যে এত বড় একটা ইস্যু, such a serious thing. Are there any competitors in the market? Are there other people who have thought about it? Are you aware of anyone else doing it?
There are competitors, but if you see this in the international market, if you see, it's a big thing. Like people, the Hero, Livy, Pilo, there are people who are properly invested into this. And I personally, being a person making an adherence device, I would say that they are making state-of-art devices. I am honestly saying, but those devices won't do in the India. Like in the Indian market, you can't convince a person to pay 70,000 to 1 lakh for medicinal adherence, or convince a person to have Wi-Fi running 24 hours, especially an elderly couple, if you think, for medicinal adherence. So while there are very hi-fi devices, very high-flying devices, and then there are very typical devices like we have all seen the tiffin box, like plastic boxes, like
Yes.
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then breakfast, lunch, dinner.
Yes.
But
Yes.
those things are basically glorified tiffin boxes. So the thing is that you need the adherence part of it, right? You need to check whether the timing of the consumption, whether the pills are being consumed. Now, if someone is mischievous, genuinely does some, that is a different thing. But I think the aim is, if someone wants to be helped, are you helping them? That we are doing. And see, the basic point that we found out, there were two sides. One side was great devices, but the infrastructural and the economic requirements were so high that it was.
So Rohan, the next question that I'm going to ask, like, why MedPer? So what's the context behind this name, MedPer? So if you could answer.
Interestingly, MedPer initially started as dottage care. That was our first name, like dottage care. But then we found out that it's really a problem of the elderly. It's a problem of all. So from there, MedPer came up, the name. MedPer is currently we have the trademark. We will get it very soon. It's being registered. The logo is being registered currently. So the name MedPer comes from medicinal helper. Shonde Vichit, basically. Basically, it's the aim was, what does it do? It helps you with your medicine, your personal medicinal health. So that's how the name came.
And Rohan, one more thing that I would like to ask, Muhammad, you would also like to know. So, what is the USP that you are bringing? It's already mentioned, and I'm also aware that there are few devices which are in the market which are quite expensive, and there are some devices which are of no use, just like a tiffin box, as you mentioned that 7 days a week, 3 days a time. So what's the USP, or how would someone differentiate MedPer with the other devices, similar devices in the market?
Now, interestingly, like what we found out, that though the ones I called glorified tiffin boxes, but still people are buying them, right? So it's that they need a solution. They currently are making do with whatever they have, but a proper solution of that order. Before we had phones, we made it with landlines, right? Before we had mobiles. So there's a need. There's a definite need. And if you ask how we are unique, price is definitely there. Then is the features that we are providing, like the general pill boxes that are existing. There are even a few pill boxes that exist with the alarm feature. The alarm is there. You can find them in Amazon. But what we are providing is a complete setup of adherence. If your loved one is sitting anywhere, you can have a remote access of their medicine consumption. My sister sitting in Canada, Toronto, can see if my mother is having our medicines or not. And like all our device does not need, we have two modes. We have both Wi-Fi and Bluetooth mode. A person who does not have net connection can access our device whenever they want, just by using their phone's Bluetooth and phone's internet. So what we are doing is we bridge that gap. See, the gap was infrastructure requirement was there. If you see, currently there is a new brand of elderly who are coming up. They can use WhatsApp. They are not really scared of technology, but they are slowly adapting. That is the iKnowCare as a company, we are very conscious of that user group. So when we are developing a device, we have a hardware unit. Hardware because the typical age-old elderly definition, they are much more savvy or used to the hardware. Also, we have the entire data backup. Like you need to access the data. You need to see how it is being consumed. That we have via web. We have it via phone app, Android app. We also have. So that is another thing. Another for which we are very novel is currently all existing features, all existing devices. It's very rigid. Our device is very flexible. It goes directly according to the user's needs. You can schedule it, you can fix it, you can add, you can subtract, you can edit. That is something which no other device in the market has done. So there we are unique. And if you see the devices in the another category of, there are very few, one is there. That also I don't know how much functional they are. That is there, which can be viewed as our direct competitor, but they require GSM. Like they require a monthly subscription where the device has a small chip inserted into it. But the problem with GSM is like it does not work all the time. You go to some place, it won't work. Our so expensive phones don't have network or a lot of the time. Like how can you expect small devices like this to have network? So keeping all this in mind, see the thing is, you asked what challenges we face. See what we found out, like just having an idea and jamming things together to make a thing with the greatest features, that's not making a product. We learned it the hard way. We learned it after learning it the hard way. We actually heard the words like nowadays even a lot of young kids know the words product market fit and these things, which is very important. But as we directly evolved from hardware technical code to this entrepreneurial journey, that education also lacked because after college we were incubated in IIM Bangalore. But the issue that happened at that time was we were not in a position to make the most of what we have around. See, IIM Bangalore no doubt has one of the best minds of India, almost the best minds of India, the best mentors that we could get. But at that time, we did not have a prototype to show them. We did not have, we are working on this. So until you have something in your hand, how will both of you have worked as mentors? I'm sure. The general tendency is that it's impossible to, because if you don't see what the person is working on, how will you give a reaction? But when I was in that stage, my issue was like we did not have any. What we had was, we had a prototype, but it was so basic that it, what happens with these days, rapid prototyping and all, these are very important words. These are coming up and it's very important. But the issue with that is what happened with us actually. We had something in our hand with Word, but it had so many obvious flaws that it was very difficult to make a XYZ person see through those flaws and see only for the features that we are currently showing. Suppose I show you a very good, well-built cup with a very hate speech written on it. You will see the hate speech first and say, what is this? You won't see how good the cup is. That was our problem to begin with. We were working on the thing that we have almost developed right now. We have developed right now. But then it took us time to remove the hate speech.
That's
And
a fantastic way of explaining actually. Yes, Devaditya.
yeah, certainly, Mohadi. And one more thing that I'd like to ask on this question, what are the features does like does it have the device I'm talking about? What the features does this made per device carry with it? Like you mentioned that it is having a Bluetooth facility, it is also having a Wi-Fi facility. So as you said that someone sitting in Canada or US can actually see whether the medicines are there or not. So I think the device will be connected with the cloud, right?
Yeah, see, there what we are doing is, if you see the typical IoT devices that you have, it requires typically continuous cloud connection. But for that, we need 24 hours Wi-Fi. That's the limitation that we are fighting, right? So what we did, we we thought what existing things are there in the market from that we can search to take inspiration, like learn from them. So we saw things like Fitbit. But Fitbit, what it does, it uses Bluetooth. It connects with your phone via Bluetooth, and it uses your phone's internet to access your data, give you data. So that was our plan. Because see, our plan, what Medper does is to for 24 hours for even up to 2 weeks. There is no need of internet. Physically, the device can go on and on up to 2 weeks without internet. When you need to upload the data on your server, you just need to do one of the two things. Either switch on the Wi-Fi and press a button to connect it with Wi-Fi. Just like imagine your Alexa. Okay. So Alexa, you can connect it via access Alexa via Bluetooth. You can access Alexa via Wi-Fi. So similarly, you can just connect our device via Wi-Fi. You can connect our device to your phone via Bluetooth, and then upload and send data using your phone's Bluetooth. And if you need to upload the data on our server in the clouds, you can do it using your phone's internet. So this, giving the multiple options, like whatever be your scenario, our device will work for you. That is something that we uniquely boast.
So Rohan, suppose someone doesn't have an Wi-Fi at their home. So can the caregivers come into the picture like twice, once in 2 weeks and update the same? That would actually
Absolutely.
help the.
Anyone, like even if someone does not have Wi-Fi, if there is at least some caregiver who comes in once or 2 weeks, once a week, once a fortnight, and then they just access the device via their phone, and then they can a single caregiver can take care of hundreds of people. There is no need of having 24-hour Wi-Fi, because believe even these days, people of our ages, for us Wi-Fi is necessary. But just imagine an elderly couple staying alone. They will have mobile data on their phones for accessing WhatsApp and everything. But if you ask them Wi-Fi, they will switch it on and switch it off, because the mindset is like that. But we can't ask them to change their minds. We have to change our device. Like make our device accommodate. If you have this somewhere that your medicine data is stored, and I know we can plug it in our device, that will make things as easy as that. And just imagine having a health card. and then having a health card where with your prescription, with your data, all your medicine consumption is also recorded. And you believe what a game changer that would be.
Yes,
When we
most definitely.
started, people told us like, what you're making is good. You can take it abroad and people will buy it. But এখানে কেউ কিনবে না, এখানে কেউ কিনবে না। For people, we are not, there is technology all around. So that is our aim. That's what we are fighting for. To make something that I can show anyone and they say, "Na kinbe, ami kinbe." So that's what we are fighting.
And Rohan, like again, I think the target group for primarily would be the old age people in this case. And apart from that, any other sectors or any other market where this could be of use.
We are also looking, in a B2B fashion. Like, there are a lot of hospitals who are directly looking into home care, who are looking into serving people. Because see, as a very small, minuscule company, it's not possible as to depend on customer sales only. Customer sales. So what we are selling it to the end user. That's very difficult for us. So what we are looking is for looking for home health providers like Manojda, like other people who are into this business, like people who
Dependables is one such service.
Dependables. I am also planning to have a talk with them very soon. So this is coming up. There are people who have sons and daughters sitting outside, who are willing to pay for some added support or some help. And the other thing that I would love to mention about our device is that typically when a person thinks of an elderly person, they think someone who is living in a very stagnant condition, like bedridden or something like that. But I ask why. My own father is 65 plus. He is as active as anyone I've seen any day. But he has a lot of medicines. He takes quite a few number of medicines. So there is no need in this day of independence. Like, why think of elderly as someone who is bound or someone who is incapable? Think of elderly as someone who have some special requirements. Solve them and help them, be independent with that also. That was also one of them. Like, our device is completely portable. You can just put it in a bag and carry it along. So that is also another USP we have. Like, you don't need to, stagnant tabletop thing. So you can carry it very good.
So Rohan, is it still in the R&D or like you have already started selling the devices?
No, we have not. Actually, currently we have not sold for commercial places.
Okay.
We have currently started the field testing closed door. So very soon the field testing closed door would be in a much larger manner. Like, we are currently recording data, collecting data, taking in proper extensive user feedback, storing the data. And to be very honest, like almost all people who are dealing with hardware, this lockdown has messed up our plans like anything. So, but that being said, but also we took that as an opportunity, and we have even come up with a new almost sector during the lockdown. What happened was, like, can I talk a little about this?
Yes.
Uh, what happened was during the lockdown, like, since our revenue part has not yet started in a proper sense, we are working with a fixed amount of cash. So then when lockdown happened, the timeline was not moving on, but cash was being consumed. So we were actively looking for a method, to get some money and, to engage with people and make some money during the lockdown. So what we came up with is InnovoCare E-Academy. So that was a series of courses, online courses, some for money, some commercial, others free, which helped us develop a community of doctors. Today we stand around 250 doctors with us. We have, and as a healthcare company, I think having doctors who can actively help us, actively give us an ear, that is very important. And there is one incident I'm very proud to share. A few days back in the group, a doctor, he suggested us about having a seminar, and he even suggested the speaker. He was a participant in that group. So, and that is the success of the community when the initiatives comes from the community. Like today, Debaditya would be very happy with having us from Shuru Up talking with this, and taking away no credit from Moha ma'am or my Guru team. But since I and Moha ma'am first connected via Shuru Up, so I felt a similarly, like people from our community, that they were only coming up with their own initiative of starting something, of having a program. So, and we are having recurring events. And for MedPer, since we aim 2021 to have the year that MedPer will be finally launched in the market, from January 2021, we are having continuous programs once a month on medicinal adherence, on the various aspects of medicinal adherence. We have had 6 continuous programs. The 7th will be in July, all on the theme of adherence on the various aspects. And we are aiming to have a adherence conference at the end of the year. So as a part of it.
That's
And
really
maybe
nice
some
to know.
publications too.
Yes. That's really exciting to know that you're really, working hard towards establishing the concept first. Product will come at a much later stage, but
Awareness is essential.
concept, yes, making people aware about adherence as a concept. It's not that medicines or pills are not magic potion. So it's not that you can just do anything with them. They also require a process, that also requires a discipline. And doctors are not magicians that you go to them and they treat you like magic. So it's our responsibility to cooperate with the doctors in terms of taking medicines properly, maintaining other things that they want us to do. So this education, I believe, will help you definitely establish the final product in the minds of the customer. That yes, ultimately that it is needed. So I would finally like to ask you, Rohan, that you being a very young person when you started this from college and all, like you, there are a lot of other people also who are having a lot of ideas. They want to start something on their own. So what's your let's put it this way, guru mantra or experience mantra that you would like to share with them, or say some secrets towards this success? What is it that you think they should know from you? Your take.
I am still, let's say I have made a lot of mistakes, and the few things that I want my juniors to not repeat from my own mistakes, they are like, team is very important, definitely. Like, as soon as possible, ensure that you have a team of like-minded people. Otherwise, it's very difficult to make any dream come true. Be very clear about what you are doing. Very clear. Like, have a proper feedback. Have someone who can, it may be thrashing, it may be words that you really hate, something that gives you anxiety and panic for the next 3 months, whatever be it. Be ready to take the raw feedback and then take it constructively, work on it, make it proper. And finally, I would like to say, like, startup is something where it's, because see, suppose we are 3 of us are here, right? We 3 are working on very different problem statements. Now, today Moha ma'am has a lot of experience, but her experience is in a certain path. She can say, in general, don't make these mistakes. And Devaditya has certain experiences in his path. But that's the beauty. I think that's one thing, because for which so many of us are so attracted towards the startup thing, because everyone's path is their own. It's an adventure where it's like psychology almost. So there are no guru mantra or secret. I don't think there is something like if good things take time. It works out.
Right. So
But
as I
Rohan,
understand, yes, Devaditya.
but let me tell you, Modi, Rohan has been a mentor for one of the startups whom I know personally. So I think they have been incubated in one institute from Hyderabad, and they are working on a product called Pragati, which is a COVID-19 solution.
Okay.
So Rohan has been mentoring them, guiding them a lot. So I've learned a lot from them about Rohan also as well. So I think definitely there are some Guru Mantra uh, for obvious reasons are there that Rohan would like to share with all of us.
See, that was basically the thing I said. Like the since I'm also very much involved with hardware development, right, and healthcare product, and they were in the same path. So I just told them a few things like apply here, apply there, apply as many places that you can, and you know, like there was I think this was from Tom Sawyer, like fire as many bullets as you can and hope they hit the target. I think that's a mantra with government funds. I think so. Now these guys, I am so proud of these chaps. Like they have already won like four or five, four I guess national competitions, and they are currently in line to get government funding and all things they are doing. It's wonderful. And I'm really proud. I started from thinking like college juniors, I should help them. But now they have moved so fast and they have worked so hard and so good. I really am proud.
Right. So, in fact, as a very senior person now in the education and all that, I have personally understood one thing very well, that the ultimate secret is patience and perseverance. I think these are the two things that every startup has to have, because it's a matter of seconds. You can give it up anytime. But then to continue with it, to continue the fight, to continue the, giving that all your effort all the time, every moment, I feel that is one thing very important. And with Rohan, definitely he started with college, but he never gave up. Like him, there are a lot of college graduates these days who probably might have won some competition, got some funds, and then could have given up, gone for a very cushy job, comfortable job, 9 to 5 job, getting a good salary, going for on-site work and traveling all across the globe and all that. He could have gone for that. But then the only thing I think which is going to make Rohan successful is the willpower, that yes, I'll not give it up. I'll continue with it and I'll create something different. I'll make a difference in the life of people. So I feel this is what actually is ultimately what every entrepreneur should seek. This is the insight. So finally, I am really very, very thankful. Today was a fantastic conversation. We had a nice adda, as we call it. And I think everyone watching this video should be very excited to know that very soon we will have a device in our home where we do not need to be worried about the medicines of any family member. We can actually have, members keeping their medicine there, getting reminded, having it on time, and being monitored whether they are having it on time or not. So that's something very fantastic that's going to happen. I must thank Rohan for taking out time, sharing things with us. And when I say taking out time, I mean it, because of course, I understand for every startup, every minute matters. We keep on working and working and working. So definitely thank you, Rohan, for taking out time. And thank you so much, Devaditya, for this initiative called Shuru Up, because we as startups are truly, truly blessed to be in this particular group. We are finding so many like-minded people here. We are doing so many collaborations out here. it's more like a family right now. Whenever there is a need, we first check the group and try to understand, is there someone in the family whom we can ask? That could be even 10 o'clock in the night, but we ask in that group first. If we don't get anything from that group, then perhaps my personal feeling is there's no point putting it in any other group. If this group doesn't help, then no one else will. So, that kind of a feel. So this particular group. So last but not the least, as I always say, the most important thing, we have to grow this community. We have to build this community, and this is something we cannot do without you. All of you who are watching, we all need you together. So please subscribe to this channel, and please understand, like every YouTube channel, we also keep saying subscribe to this channel. And for us, this subscription means not only a mileage for me as a person or me as a channel owner or for Devaditto as a group head or something. This subscription means a mileage for hundreds of us startups who want to reach to you. This subscription of yours means a platform where we can talk about our products, we can share our ideas, a platform where you can also come and join someday, and you can also share your ideas, a platform where you will have hundreds of mentors freely available to give you ideas and tips, and they will not ask for any fees. And that's why we are so serious about growing this community, because the bigger we grow, the bigger can be the help that we can generate out of this, the mentorship that we can generate out of this. So please subscribe to the channel, share it, spread the word. We have to grow as a community. We have to help each other grow. And thank you so much, Devaditto. Thank you so much, Rohan, for being with us. Thank you, audience, for watching us till the end. We are hoping to come out with another episode very soon next week. As you know, every Friday we try to come out. But yes, because of the busy schedule of people, slowly it might happen that instead of a Friday, we might come up on a Saturday or maybe a Thursday. So little bit timing will change, but this is a promise from us that every week we will be meeting as an entrepreneur. That's a sure shot promise. It could be a Friday, it could be a Saturday, but every week we are definitely going to meet an entrepreneur. So stay tuned, stay connected to us, keep watching us, stay healthy, stay safe, stay at home. Thank you all.